back. I'm so excited because today is going to be such a cozy, wonderful day because we are going to be doing a bunch of book stuff together. I have so many kind of cozy plans for today. I want to go to the cafe and read. I want to go to the bookstore. I want to go to the library. I have a few reading tracker updates I need to make. I want to read. And before I head off to the cafe and everything, I did want to talk about my current read, which is The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. I am almost 200 pages into this. This is the second book in the Mistborn series. The first book is The Final Empire. I actually read The Final Empire almost 5 years ago, which was crazy to think, and I remember most of the book, but thankfully Brandon Sanderson has his, at the very back of the book, the book one summary, and there were like little tidbits that I didn't remember, and so I'm so grateful to Mr. Sanderson himself for putting that at the back of the book. But this is going to be the book that I'm bringing with me to the cafe. Let's head to the cafe to get some reading in. To head over to the bookstore and just like peruse the shelves and everything, but I just want to say that starting my day off with a coffee, with a pastry, with reading was just so wonderful. Doing things like this just really fills my cup up and it makes me feel energized. Things like this, like self-care things, are really important to me, and so starting off my day like this has just really set the mood for the rest of the day. Brandon Sanderson has such a way with writing. He has such a beautiful prose, a writing style. His world building is phenomenal. His characters are so intricate and I love it. And honestly, I could see Well of Ascension being a 5-star read. I really could see it being a 5-star read for me, which would be the first 5-star read of this year. So I'm kind of like crossing my fingers. So now we're going to continue with this bookish day by going to the bookstore. From the bookstore and the library, and yes, I did get a few books from the bookstore as well as I picked up a book that I had on hold at the library. So to start with, let's talk about the books that I picked up from the bookstore. The first book that I have here is And Now Back to You by B.K. Borison. I just love B.K. Borison. I am not a romance reader, however, once I started reading B.K. Borison, she's like the one romance author that draws me in every single time, and she's pretty much become my romance auto-buy author. And also, I just love the covers that they create for B.K. Borison's book. I just love her writing. I love her writing. I love her characters. And then I also picked up, oh my goodness, I picked up The Long Game by Rachel Reed. This one follows again Ilya and Shane. I will say, out of all of the characters and romances I've read so far in this series, Scott and Kip have been my favorite. I will admit that, even though it was like super laid back and the emotions and tensions weren't there with like Shane and Ilya. I don't know, I just like the laid backness of Scott and Kip. However, I do want to see more of Shane and Ilya. So yeah, so this is the other book that I picked up at the bookstore, and then I ran to my local library where I had a book on hold, and I did peruse a little bit, but I decided not to get any more books because I do have quite a few books that I'm wanting to get to. But the one that I picked up is Empire of AI by Karen Howe. This is Dreams and Nightmares in Sam Altman's Open AI, and this pretty much follows the rise of AI, especially OpenAI, which is the company that owns ChatGPT as well as a few other AI systems. And it's really interesting because this is kind of talking about that balance between using AI and not using AI, and what AI is doing to corporations and what AI has done to our newer generation, from my understanding. I've heard absolutely amazing things about this book. I'm very interested to see what my thought process is going to be on AI after I read this. So those are the books that I bought. This is the book that I picked up from the library. So I'm probably next going to update my personal library tracker with the new books that I bought, as well as the fact that I do need to record my January and February reading wrap up. finished recording my January and February reading wrap up, and I have quite a few books that I actually now need to put away onto my bookshelf, which I feel like is always the best part at the end of the month, is putting away all the books that I've read for that month. I will say though that like I have not done a reading wrap up in a very, very long time, and they do take a really long time to record. But anyways, I'm gonna put these books away, and then I think I am going to go and read for a little bit, or maybe just like sit and color. Like that sounds really fun. Good evening. It is now 7:30 p.m. and I had just put down my daughter for bedtime. We'll see what happens. But anyways, and I had planned on just getting ready and relaxing for the rest of the evening. Tonight, I think what I'm gonna do, I need to go check the monitor. Okay. I am back. I settled her. She's good to go now. She's asleep. Anyways, as I was saying, I think tonight I do want to do a little bit more reading. I am almost halfway through The Wall of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson, which I am just loving this. I'm flying through it. I'm having such a fun time. I'm loving the political intrigue. I'm loving the characters. We have a few new players in this, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, what are they gonna do? You know, how are they going to like play into the plot and everything? I'm just really intrigued right now. I don't know. And then I'm probably just gonna put on like YouTube, or maybe I'd been thinking about rewatching a few of my favorite episodes of Heated Rivalry. We'll see what tonight brings me.